Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Reagan, and in today's video I am going to be talking about what to expect when you go to a summer camp or a church camp, and just some tips about how to make it more fun and enjoyable, and also essentials like what you need to bring other than the obvious of clothes and toiletries and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I will say before we get started, I am obviously in a different setting than normal, and that is because I'm currently filming a 24-hour challenge in a movie theater. I'm in my media room, so that's why this looks different. Sorry the lighting's not the best, but it's what I have to deal with. Click the link to watch that if you haven't already. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. Alright, so first off, this is going to be more geared towards church camps, but it does work for normal summer and sleepaway camps. So I go to Kanakuk. I've gone there for 7 years, and I'm leaving in 1 week to go for my 8th time, and I go for 2 weeks. And this video will be up probably while I'm at camp. And so yeah. First off, I'm going to talk about just kind of what to expect. Kanakuk is a sports and Christian camp. Just thought I'd give you all that background. But so for what to expect when you're there, expect to be busy basically all day long. I'm pretty sure most summer camps do have a downtime period for an hour or so, or maybe free time where you can rest. But the sayings around camp go something like, the days feel super long because you're just doing activity after activity and you're just constantly doing things instead of just wasting time on your phone for an hour or so. But the weeks fly by so fast because you're having so much fun. So yeah, I also forgot to mention earlier, but my next few videos will be all summer camp related. So if you're interested in that, definitely subscribe and hit the bell. Super fun vlogs at camp that I think y'all will really enjoy, and I just have a feeling they're gonna be super fun. You'll get an even more real look as to life at a summer camp. Expect to be tired, and as I said, there will be resting periods, which is nice, but it is tiring. You might possibly lose your voice. I did last year. We're outside in the rain right now. We just did tribal. I know you can't hear Kiowas. Then kick it, booze. Here, I can see you there, so just stay there. And it's just all in the fun of camp. And I will say also, so along with you doing sports and super busy activities, if you're at a church camp, you are going to be singing worship songs, which is honestly one of my favorite parts about camp. But you will also sit through devotional time and sermons and all that stuff, which I really enjoy, and that's really why I love camp, is just being able to go somewhere you grow your relationship with God so quickly because you're constantly learning and growing. But with that being said, just be prepared that you're gonna have to be respectful and sit down and listen. So most camps you don't have your phone. I would not be too worried about it. Now, I do have my camera so I can take pictures, but most camps do have a camp photographer, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. Don't go into camp being worried or mad that you can't have your phone, because you really don't notice it. You're so busy and you're having so much fun that you don't need your phone. You really don't miss it out at all, and you can always write letters back home or to your friends and everything. So just, yeah, kind of what to expect. You're going to be busy, you're going to have lots of fun, you're going to learn a lot about the Lord and more about the Bible and all that, and you're also going to maybe do some things that are out of your comfort zone, and no camp's going to force you to do something, and I'm talking more like zip line or ropes course or anything like that, but definitely you're going to do some new experiences you haven't gotten to do before, most likely, which is super fun, but just expect maybe that you might have to go outside of your comfort zone. So that's kind of what to expect. Oh, another thing you can expect going into camp is to have a lot of the same food, especially if you're there for 2 weeks, longer than 1 week, I'd say. My camp's food, in my opinion, is super good for the most part. Sometimes you do get tired of the same chicken and potatoes or whatever, but I do know there are some camps with bad food, and some camps you can bring snacks, mine you can't. So it just kind of depends, but don't expect the food to be amazing because, they're making it for hundreds and hundreds of people. So my camp's food's pretty good, so you never know, but don't go there expecting super great restaurant type food. So another thing to expect when you do go to summer camp is you are going to get hot, you are going to sweat, you are going to feel gross and dirty, but it's going to be worth it, and there's no reason to complain because everyone feels the same way, and you're going to get a shower and clean up later in the day, so I wouldn't be too concerned about that. Tips on how to make it more fun, more enjoyable, and just kind of the mindset to have. So I would say going to camp, take every opportunity you can. So, and what I mean by that, like my first few years of camp, if I didn't feel like swimming, I would just kind of sit on the edge of the pool and hang out for that class period, which is about an hour. I will say at the camp we do make our own schedules, so you get to pick what activities you want to do, like tubing or swimming or crafts or whatever. But I know most camps aren't like I have experienced both, where you make your schedule and don't. So you might not always want to do the activity, but you're going to have so much more fun and make so many more memories if you just do the activity. And as long as you feel safe and comfortable doing it, I say do it. So if you I don't feel like getting wet, all this stuff, making all these excuses, are you going to have more fun just sitting out while everyone's having fun, or more fun joining in and swimming or doing archery or whatever it is? And even if it's not your favorite thing to do, you're gonna make more memories by doing that, and hopefully they'll be enjoyable ones. Try to think about it. When you're at camp, you're there to experience new things, have so much fun. You can sit at home and tan, watch TV, or just chill when you're at home, but while you're at camp, take the opportunities to do those things. That's one big thing, is just always have the mindset of, hey, let me try it, it could be fun. So another tip I have, when you get there, just talk to people. You're going to learn so much there, just from the different views and perspectives from all the other new people there that aren't from necessarily straight from your area. New people, learn new things from them, and just talk, and and it just makes camp more enjoyable when you are meeting new people and be willing to make new friends. Another tip I have, you have your rest period. If you're tired, don't be afraid to take a nap. Tired, it's much better to get some rest or take some time to write letters back home or whatever you need to do to just recharge, so that you can put more energy into having fun during the dance parties or whatever it is later that day. To mealtime, as I said earlier in this video, depends on what kind of food they have there or whatever. But since mine in camp bring food, you don't get snacks throughout the day. So I try to fill up more on water throughout the day. Keeps me from getting hungry. Also, hydrate or dehydrate. So drink tons of water, for the simple fact, if you're outside, you're going to be hotter than usual, because I would say most people aren't used to being outside the amount you are at summer camp, especially for me because I do an inside sport. Bring a water bottle, drink lots of water, but also during mealtime, just make sure you're eating enough food that's going to fill you up until the next meal. Try to make good relationships with your counselors, because it's really nice to have just someone to talk to about life. Try to make them feel more like an older sister than someone who's gonna make all these rules and ruin your fun when they're not. They're there to enforce the rules and stuff, but they want to have fun too, and it's going to be more enjoyable for the both of y'all if you treat them more like an older sister. Like, have respect for them, but just hang out with them, talk with them, and all that. So now on to essentials. If you're going to a church camp, bring your Bible. That is something pretty obvious, but definitely make sure to bring your Bible along with a journal to take notes in about, like, throughout the sermon, certain Bible verses you learned, just things you're taking away. And you could also write down memories you made at camp and just all these things, but definitely bring a notebook and some pens or pencils. Earlier, bring a water bottle, just a big reusable water bottle. Mine, I believe, is like 32 ounces, 24, something like that, but one that can carry a lot of water to last you throughout the day. My Amazon haul of things I bought for summer camp, so I did show some of those items in there, so definitely click the I if you want to check that out after this video. You don't have to bring this, but I will say it does make camp more enjoyable and just gives you more things to do. So as I said, most of the time camps have a cabin time, and during that time it's very, very helpful if someone in your cabin brings card games or like a deck of cards to just pass time and just hang out and have some fun. So I recommend bringing like Uno, Skippo, just a plain deck of cards to play whatever game on there. Just something small activity, easy to pack in, and that's really great the first few days of camp just to get to know your cabin when you don't know them yet very well. A huge thing at summer camps is to bring string to make friendship bracelets, and I know this is kind of becoming a thing outside of summer camp, but as I have talked about with my camp friends, when we're bored, when you're at camp, you don't have your phone. So instead of going and scrolling through social media, we'll just sit there and talk while we make friendship bracelets. Instead of going on your phone, it's how you fill time at camp when you're not doing anything, is like make friendship bracelets. So I would definitely make sure you have, obviously you don't have to have this, but string, and bring scissors to cut the string, don't forget that. And I just tie it to my water bottle, but you can also bring duct tape to tape it to wherever. Along with that, you can also bring like elastic string and pony beads or seed beads to make chokers or bracelets. I personally have never brought that to camp, but I am this year. Again, I showed that in my haul video. But that's like a big thing, is to make like matching bracelets, you know, chokers for your cabin or whatever it is. But another way is to fill time. So again, all these essentials you don't have to have, which I know defeats the point of essentials. Some you have to have, like I really recommend it. Others you don't have to, but it will make camp more enjoyable, in my opinion. Next thing is to bring like a Polaroid camera, a disposable camera. I brought like my Canon camera last year. So just something, because you don't have your phone, to take pictures, to just capture some memories. Again, there is a camp photographer, at least at most camps, that will get it, but they're not going to be with you 24/7, especially when it's a big camp. You know, it's mostly just you posing for a smile, so it's easier to capture memories with, like, you know, a camera. Another essential that you really need is shower shoes. So I personally just get like $2 flip-flops from Old Navy. They work great. You can also wear Crocs or Chacos. I have accidentally gone to the shower without shower shoes. It's no big deal, but I definitely recommend bringing them because I know some camps can be pretty gross. Another thing I recommend bringing, a swim towel. So one you carry around with you for when you get out of the pool and stuff, separate from your shower towels.
She used a Canicook towel, and her leg is whole blue. It's really great. Yeah, do us a twirl. Hey. Oh.
I also recommend bringing a hammock. I personally like having time to myself, so when we do quiet time or Bible study, instead of sitting with my cabin, I'll go in my hammock and do that by myself, just so it's a more personal thing. So if you have one, I recommend bringing it, but I wouldn't, if you're not going to use it outside of camp, I wouldn't buy it. I would also bring a Crazy Creek, and this is a huge thing at my camp. You can buy them at the camp store, but a Crazy Creek, I don't have one with me, and again, I can't leave this room, but I'll pop up a picture. It basically folds up really skinny, but you just open it up and you sit in it, and it's great instead of sitting on grass and getting itchy or on mud or whatever. And assuming people use these at other camps, obviously I'm not sure, but I recommend having something like that. Another huge thing, this is really obvious, your camps are going to tell you this, but it's a one-piece swimsuit, and I'm not sure, I'm assuming you wear bikinis at church camps, but every single church camp you're going to want to bring a one-piece swimsuit. Likely no tank tops that gape down too low or reveal too much, so no super revealing clothing. So people just wear like Nike shorts and a shirt like this most of camp, or like a tank top that's wider strapped and doesn't sink too low. Another big thing I would say is to bring stuff that's like your camp's colors. So if your camp has colors, or if, you know, like y'all have tribes or different like divisional things like that, bring those colors. So really recommend bringing some like face paint or like glitter to put on your face or something like that, because I have a feeling at one point, like for tribal we put face paint on, we have like themed parties I put face paint or glitter on, but at one point you're going to probably want to wear it, or it's just a fun thing as your cabin. If you ever have a cabin thing to all wear the same color face paint or glitter or whatever it is, it's definitely not essential, and there is a possibility someone in your cabin does have that. So now I'm going to go into things I don't recommend bringing, and so I don't recommend bringing sports equipment. You can, but it takes up more room, and most likely always definitely check what your camp has, but most likely your camp will have sports equipment. But like for example, for soccer, if you're doing soccer at your camp, and you know you are, and like you'll be doing a lot, you can bring your soccer cleats, and I recommend doing that. But if you're in tennis, they most likely will have tennis racks for you that you can bring and won't have to worry about carrying around and packing for camp. So don't recommend bringing any makeup. You're gonna be sweating the whole time. For our camp, we can put makeup on for one night, and it's like our Western party night where we dance with guys and stuff. But for the most part, if you're gonna bring makeup, just bring like mascara or concealer, just super light stuff. Because you're outside, you're in the pool, you're in the lake, you're gonna be sweating. It just doesn't go well together. Coloring books or books in general, obviously other than like your Bible, because you're not going to have time to do it. So you're not going to be wanting to read a book while your whole cabin's talking and stuff. Again, if you need that time yourself, do it, but most likely you're not going to use it. So that is all. Do you have any questions for me about summer camp or whatever that may be? Definitely comment them down below, or just DM me on Instagram, and that is at Reagan.Renee_. That is it for today's video. I hope this was helpful for y'all. It just helped y'all if you haven't been to camp before. But definitely give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and found it helpful. And subscribe to my channel down below. As I said, I have a bunch of camp videos coming, and they'll be super fun, and I'm sure you'll all really enjoy the vlogs and everything, especially if you liked this video. So, and also click the bell to be notified when I post, which is every Sunday and Wednesday, but so you know what time they're coming up, so you can be the first to watch the video. See y'all next time. Bye.